I'm going to make everyone share right now. Don't worry. Hello, Georgia, Katarina, everyone. Okay. Now I will record. Now I will present my screen. Okay. Okay, can you see my screen?
Yes.
Amazing. Okay, so welcome OG Vikings to our commission chat in January. So, as I told you, I have the first checking question to understand how are we feeling 1 week before the official start of our term. So in this part, I would like you to share. So I just put the question that everyone will see and then we'll come back from PPT. I just want you to share one by one, super fast. How are you feeling 1 week before the official start of your term? So now I want active sharing. Amazing.
So I'm feeling fine. I'm feeling motivated, a little scared, but I think everything will be all right, and we'll see.
Amazing. Thank you. Daniela, who will be next? Okay, Maria Paola wants to be next. I know you.
Yeah, I was about to start talking. So, well, I feel a bit anxious because, one term is finishing and the other one is starting. There's still something that has to be fixed. And so anxious somehow, but excited at the same time.
Okay. Thank you, Maria Paola. Who doesn't know, Maria Paola is returning. Because oGV is the best area ever. Okay. Who wants to be next? Julia, I know you want.
Okay, hi everybody. I'm very happy to become oGV and VP oGV from Verona. And I expected to be a great year. And I want to make a very great job. And I think that all will okay. Okay, you can hear me. Yeah?
Yes. You finished, right?
Yes, I finished.
Amazing. Okay, who will be next? Sabrina.
Hi, Roxy.
Okay,
Do you hear
Georgia.
me? Okay.
Yes. Hello.
Yeah, I see faces that I don't know, so I'm Giorgia from Roma 3. And I feel confident about my area because I'm managing right now almost by my own, so it's for this I'm quite confident. I'm a bit scared about future and something that could happen, but I'm very excited. So I hope everything will be good.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Georgia. Who will be next?
Hi. Well, I have like mixed emotions because like at the same time I am happy and a little bit scared because it is like a new gig for me. So yeah, like but I am in for it. Like I want to do stuff and do it better.
Amazing. Thank you, Gemma. Who will be next? Sabrina or Federica or Katerina or Ippo?
Um, yes, it's really happy being third time VP OGV, and it's every time it's a new emotion. And yeah, I I know what I should do and how and etc. And this time I have more information for my role, but it's I'm a little bit excited and emotion for this new adventure, and it's like the first time that I my LCP say that you are the VP OGV, and yes, it's really exciting be in this in this new group and with all of you. Yes, just this.
Thank you. Amazing, amazing.
Feeling very good because so energetic and so much things to do. But today, I had the biggest day because my team leader, my to be team leader, sent the application. So probably I will have a team leader, and before oGV area, our oGV area didn't have a team leader in the previous term. So I'm very happy about it.
Amazing. Thank you. Who left? Federica?
Yes, I feel excited and a little bit scared, but I feel ready.
Amazing. Okay. And Ipo?
Me as well. Dobra.
Of course. You also start your term as consultant.
Yes, because I'm actually a week. I have a week left of my LCP term, which is, I don't know. It's so weird to think of this. But I'm starting my NST term, and I'm also an LC coach here in Poland, so it doesn't feel like I'm ending that much. And I feel, like lately I've been feeling really excited about something, but I'm not sure what it is. And I feel like a little child because I have these moments when I'm just like sitting incredibly excited. But I don't know, that's just me being me, I guess. I don't know. That's it.
Thank you, Ipo. Yes, who doesn't know? Yes, Ipo is one of our consultants. She is from Poland, finishing her LCP term. Okay, people. Thank you so much for sharing. I'm going to come back, and now I want all your attention because I'm going to explain important things about planning and. Okay, sorry, it's a botachin. I'm going to explain important things, so I want your full attention, even if I'm not going to see you. Okay, I'm going to share. I will not see you because I'm going to share my PPT. Okay. Do you see?
Yes, we see. I see.
Amazing. Amazing. So I will start from just the brief on where we are in January so far. I know it's not the official start of your term, but I just wanted. You are not, right now whole January. You were supposed to be responsible for oGV area because it's the month of shadowing. So mainly you had to learn how to maintain the operational routine. So here we are with our results. As you see, they are not so bright and so far from the goal achievement in January. So mainly, as you see, especially we are not so good in these months. Really with And as you see, we are having the drop in number of approvals. We are having 28 approvals in the month, and our goal till the end of the month is 60 approvals. So mainly we are still we are still having 1 week, and mainly the point is that it's all about our routine and and how fast we are and how good are we converting people, because as you see, our main bottlenecks are in the conversion. So our applicant accepted conversion is 57%, taking into consideration that the average throughout the year is 65, and accepted approval is just 56, and normally it's 75, the one that we have in average. So it's super bad in this month when it comes to the results. I know that we were not maybe putting enough of the focus so far on that, but now is the time, because we were preparing, building the capacity, understanding how to prepare for our term, how to build have to work on market research, or have to build customer personas, IR, and everything. They have to educate our teams. But right now, I want you to really focus during this week. In order to maintain like the operational routine really on top, as I was writing you in the newsletter, because if you are going right now to go into routine management really good in this week, so you will be able to maintain it really good in February. But if you will not start focusing this all your efforts in order to approve your people fast and process all people fast, and also all people that we are having in the funnel, we are not going to get to this point also in February. But we want to start our term in the best way possible. So here also are the result of plan achievement by each LC that we are having in January. So here is our network tracker. So mainly like right now is 28 approvals. Today was plus 2 recently. So mainly, as you see, most of us are so far away from our January goal achievement. I know that it's not the peak for the approvals, but it doesn't mean that we need to stop our operations. And I know I was asking this question in the newsletter, but I also want to ask you, what is actually your main challenge to maintain the operational routine in January? So for me also to understand what are these bottlenecks and how can I support you even in this week, what are the bottlenecks of these conversions? Like if it's about IR or if it's about some common issues of the EPs or anything else, or if it's about our routine in general and focus or anything else, if I can just have like 2 people to share what are actually your main challenges right now.
Okay, I'll go first again. I think our main challenge. Okay, I'm from Padua, the committee, and I'm a new one in the committee because I come from another entity, Belaterra, Barcelona, Spain. So I'm beginning with this new entity. So I think our challenge, one of our main challenge is the process time with the EP, but also because the members maybe don't maintain the contact, the constant contact. We have to push a little bit more. I think also I know that we had some problems last year with like some partners. Maybe we arrived to a goal, but we couldn't do it. We couldn't achieve this goal for external reasons. So I think our main focus is the to learn. No, sorry.
It's okay.
I don't find the word in English to to
Okay.
help the members to improve themselves,
Mhm.
to maintain this constant contact with the EPs.
Okay, okay, I got it. So mainly like the
Okay.
routine of EP's management. Okay,
Yeah.
I got it. Thank you so much for sharing. Anyone who can share as well? What are your main challenges right now in maintaining the operational routine?
Well, I can say something about it.
Mm-hmm.
The problem is that we didn't have online activities
Mm-hmm.
right now until today. And another problem was that we had many potential EPs, and we did really our best. Actually, I have to be sincere.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem was that they, at first, they wanted to do it. Then somehow they said, I changed my mind and don't want to do
Mm-hmm.
it anymore. I have just one EP left who just wants to go to big cities,
Okay.
as I told you.
Sorry.
And I'm doing my best right now, but the problem is, for example, that Greece is not really accountable. And so since
Mm-hmm.
they I'm waiting for their answers forever. So, different kind of problems, but as area, we tried to keep it, the operational time and process keep going, what I
Mm-hmm.
mean. But we had these other problems.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. For the Greece, I will actually write you yes because yeah, we are going to solve it.
Okay,
Okay. Uh,
thank you.
anyone? Thank you so much, Maripaola. Anyone else who wants to share? Okay, three, two, one. Okay, in general, what I want to say to you, like, of course, we are like many committees, and like these conversions are being affected, like in each of your reality in different way. But this is the national state. So mainly, I just want you to make sure that right now, not right now, after the chat, you go on Expo, you check for your reality, you check all your conversions or your product funnel, and where is the main bottleneck. You see where actually your APs are stuck in the process. So if it's about specific conversion or if it's about leads that are that you are not having enough of volume. So make sure that during this 1 week, you are going to focus on this and tackling this bottleneck that you are having right now, and keep start with your all new members, start this routine of contacting EPs and making sure that they are processing them super fast during this week, because then they will be able to do the same, to repeat the same in February. So you will not spend also half of February in order to make them understand how to work faster. So let's make this sure. And I will coming back to the transition frame. So in general, right now we are having the last mainly the webinar, which is like in a form of commission call, to have better communication for the last topic of planning. So mainly how to choose your battles, lag and lean measures. So mainly this is the main thing what are we going to talk about today from the MC transition, and then we are totally done. So like finalizing planning, and then we are done to start our term. So make sure that also in your transition frameworks, you are done with everything, with your local transition, with all the webinars that you check, all the webinars that we've been having, everything. If you haven't been on Planco, like especially people here who were just selected after Planco, make sure that you also check the output of Planco, check all the transition webinars. Also for the LC transition, if you are having some troubles, contact me. Also because we can assign you still in case someone who can help you from other committee, who can help you in some specific topics if you know that this is the bottleneck in your LC. So for that, let's make sure that in February we are super ready. 1st of February, 110%. We are starting our term and performing as never before. So for that, so right now I'm not going to talk anymore about these things. I'll just talk about how to actually plan. So mainly, as you may all see, you had to see that we're having planning tool 1920. So mainly this tool was posted from national level in December. So I hope all of you seen. I was also including this in newsletter. Also your LCP should know. So mainly there is like a general planning tool where we have all the planning that makes all your planning easier, where we also support with all the guides on how to plan properly for your term. So mainly here you have like where we start is conversion and distributions. Of course, all of you planned already on Planco or after Planco, who was elected later. You planned your goal for oGV, and then we go into conversions and distributions by months. So mainly we need to understand, like if we have, I will just be explaining really super basic way so that everyone truly understands, because we have so different backgrounds, right? So mainly if we have our oGV goal, we need to make sure, oGV goal in approvals, we need to make sure on how many of realizations are we going to have. And also in order to achieve this goal of approvals, how many accepted do we need to have? How many applicants do we need to have? How many signups do we need to have? So these are the conversions. And we need to understand how many of them we are going to achieve in each month of the semester, because it will not be the same in each month. It will be different. So for that, there is this tab, conversion and distributions. In this planning tool, here is all the instruction. Like this is so technical instruction, but I will try to explain you like in the context. So mainly we have here the national conversions from the left side, and from the right side you need to put your local conversions and also distributions by months. So mainly here I put what are the national conversions. So mainly here we have, as first you see there is sign up to applicant conversion 45%, but this is for the LCs that are running all three products. So for your local conversion, you need to, if you run just oGV, your conversion from sign up to applicant will be lower. So for that, you need to check what was your conversion in the last semester and also in the last summer peak. So you can understand, like, I don't know, let's say in the last semester, your sign up to applicant conversion was 18 and in the last summer peak was 25. So you understand what was the bottleneck then of sign up to applicant conversion in winter peak, that it became smaller, that it dropped the conversion itself. Then you understand what was working for summer peak, and you define what should be your conversion. So take into consideration what was your past conversion in the previous peak of winter and also in summer peak, and take into consideration the level, the national conversion rate. So currently we are having for for winter peak and for summer peak also, it's approximately in national level, it's approximately 18% from sign up to applicant, but it just, if you take into consideration just GV applicants and all the signups. So mainly this is the conversion, just for you to understand, like it depends on your local, what are the products that you are running. If you run just oGV, but if you run all products, then it's approximately 45. So check how much are you far from the in your local conversions. Then there is applicant to accepted conversion, which is nationally 65%. So this is the current winter peak conversion. We improved this conversion comparatively to the last summer peak a bit. And then accepted to approval is 75%. in national scale. So the point is you need to understand that your local conversion from applicant to accepted and from accepted to approved shouldn't be lower than national one. So you need to understand if it was lower in this peak or previous peak, you need to understand what were actually the bottlenecks, and you need to plan accordingly, approximately how it is nationally. But if your conversion locally was higher, let's say from applicant to accepted, it was 70 or 80% because you work really good. So it doesn't mean that you need to plan it lower because nationally in average it's 65. So this is when it comes to the conversions. When it comes to distribution of approvals accepted and applicants, it stays pretty the same. Like for approvals for acceptance for applicants, the percentage by each month is the same. So mainly what we were doing, we were taking into consideration how it was last year, what was the distribution of the results by each month. And then we were understanding what is the percentage. But this is not enough because, as you may know or may not, our main in ISEC North Star, where we need to start from, is the timeline. So all the entities in the world, in Europe, everywhere, they are working in order to make sure that we are moving our timeline before. So in general, we, as ISEC in Italy, we were having our main peak April, May in approvals. But all the entities, like it was like this during last 2 years. Still during last year, it moved a bit more to April than to May. And all the entities are right now moving the peak to March and April. So we are not just working, you need to understand that we are not just working with ourselves, but we are also working with oGV. So in order to ensure that we are also going to have enough of the opportunities where to send our EPs and approve them fast for the summer peak, we need to make sure that we are also moving our timeline a bit in advance. And also another point that we need to take into consideration, that as faster we are going to reach the target of people that are going to go on GV in summer peak, we are going to get more approvals. Why? I'll give you just simple example. If you approach people in May for the opportunity of going on Global Volunteer this summer, most probably most of these targets are going already to have the plans for summer, right? So mainly that's why we need to make sure that from February, intensity of our marketing activities is on highest level, and we are ready to approve in March and April all our supply of the EPs that we are having for summer peak opportunities. That's why the distribution works like this, that we are having 13% in February, 27% in March, 37% in April, that March and April is having bigger contribution, and April is having the biggest contribution. And then in May, we are having lower, the same as in February, because in May we are already going to have like just really final approvals for summer, especially late summer or already beginning of peak. So right now we are also working on how to move also timeline and start to also approve from May. In May for off peak, and then start approving already for winter peak, because then of course if we arrive into September and start approving then for winter peak, it can be a bit late. So mainly this is the distribution of percentage of our results in each month based on timeline. So I'll just explain what is the why behind. That's why I don't really recommend you to make it so different. Make sure that you focus your results mainly on March and April, because don't worry, there is the strategy behind, and we are going to focus nationally. Also, you will adapt your local strategies to make sure that we are going to achieve it in this period of time, and we will work with the shift of the timeline. So mainly this. So when you are going to calculate, to put all this, your local conversions, your local distribution of approvals, accepted applicants, and realizations, it's going to be all calculated automatically. Just also will tell you about realizations and complete. You need to make sure that you put your realization pipeline. So you check with your predecessor what is the realization pipeline so far. So what are already the approvals that are going to be realized during your term. And you need to take in consideration the FICO conversion, approval to realization conversion, and your FICO conversion. FICO conversion shouldn't be less than 60%. This is the global target. So mainly when you put all the data from the right side, you are going to have everything automatically calculated in the tab of backward planning. All of this will be automatically calculated like in the row of oGV. So you will have how many applicants do you need in February, how many accepted, how many approvals, realized and completed. Realized and completed, you will need to put distribution by month, based on the pipeline and understanding what is your timeline, where the realizations are coming, and completed needs to come 6 weeks after. So this you need to put based on your local timeline, but all other things are going to be calculated automatically. So make sure also that you align the sign up to the sign up goals, that you also align the sign up to applicant conversion with your marketing, that you do this together. So mainly this should be done already from your side. After this 10 minutes of talking, I just want to ask you if you have so far any questions about backwards planning and about conversions and distribution by months.
Yes, I'm sorry. What about the pipeline? How we get all the data to do conversions?
Okay, when it comes to realization, it's just about realization pipeline. So
Yeah.
you need to check with your predecessor what is the pipeline of approvals that you are having. So mainly, like it should be just in the last months, in the last like from August, September maximum. So you need to check from August, September all the approvals. So you can even filter this into Expa if you cannot, I don't know, if your predecessor doesn't know exactly, but your predecessor should know this. And so mainly you can check on Expa all the approvals in this period of time, and then you can check their current status and see which of them are still not realized. And then you check these some approvals that are still not realized, that been approved during last semester. You check one by one when they are going to be realized, when their project is starting. So let's say you know that five realizations you are going to have in May, and 10 realizations you are going to have in June. The ones that you already have approvals, but people were approved during last month, but they are going to be realized just in summer.
So all the approvals from September, right?
Yes, mostly it will be from September. Like it shouldn't be earlier. Like we were not approving from, like in August, we were still not approving. We didn't have any approvals for this peak. Like you can check from August also, because it can be actually also for February. Yes, check also. Okay. Okay, actually, if you take into consideration from February, you can check from August or even like earlier, just in case, just to see, like it's easier on Expa, but to see also if there are some approvals that are not realized, the ones that are not realized but still needs to be realized, not the ones that are broken approvals.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. Any other questions? Amazing. So we move on. This was just the first part. Okay. Right now, yes, you are going to have then everything in one tool. Everything will be there. You will know you arrive to February. What are your goals? What do you need to, how many applicant signups, accepted approvals, realized you are going to have. So many this will be super clear during each month. Yes.
Can I actually have a question?
Yes.
Regarding planning, How is the state of planning in all
Yes.
the LCs? Is it completed, or
What do you mean?
like is the planning
Okay,
done?
okay.
Or
Okay, I will explain you. The backward, okay, in general, I will explain you by parts. In Planco, what was supposed to be in Planco? In Planco, we were planning the goals for each, also like general LC planning of main focuses of the LCs, culture, la la la. So mainly general planning was done in Planco. After Planco, we released this tool of this planning tool of conversions of backward planning. So mainly from December on till now, like it had to be done, all these conversions and distributions. But why I'm explaining right now, because we have like around 5 VPs that's been also elected just recently.
okay.
So yes, that's why I'm explaining that everyone is on board. So this is something that had to be done. And also right now, we need to have also the draft of our battles, lead and lag measures. I will explain this right now on how to, like, what to take into consideration. And then on Vinco we are having next week. On Vinco we are having spaces where we also again go in functional spaces where we make sure that we are all aligned about the planning. And then there is day 3, I think day 3, where we have the whole day space of planning, where we finalize all the LCs are going to finalize all their plan when it comes to all the battles, lead and lag measures, all distribution of all the deliverables by weeks. So mainly in this Vinco that we are going to have right now till the end of January, we are going to have all the planning should be done.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. Yes, so mainly this. Then how to choose your battles, lag and lead measures. So mainly before understanding how to choose battles, lag and lead measures, we need to understand our 4 disciplines of execution, 4DX concept that we are working on. We are working by. So I want to ask the question if there is anyone here that doesn't know what is 4DX, just honestly, so I know how much detailed should I explain. Everyone knows 4DX. Amazing, no? Okay. Okay, amazing. I'm still going to explain. Super. This is for the X. For the X is 4 disciplines of execution. It's the way of how do we plan and how do we execute. So for us, like, we are using this both for planning and for execution. So mainly there are 4 disciplines on how to execute, because sometimes we are creating the plans that we are not being able to execute. We are creating some random strategies or ideas that maybe also we are executing, but it doesn't bring us to the result that we are expecting. So for the on how do we implement our plan, implement our strategies and execute them in the most effective way that we are going to reach what we strive for. So here I will explain you these 4 disciplines of execution. So as you know, the first discipline of execution is focused on the widely important goal. So the widely important goal is our number of approvals. Like we also have number of completed, it's another widely important goal, but the ones that we need to focus the most, because we need to put the most of the efforts and the most of the strategies, is number of approvals. Like also MOS of ISIC is number completed, but this one we have like separately smaller strategies. So mainly our very important goal is so by LC we are having widely important goals. So the LC that if you are the LC or the expansion, if you are the LC who is running more than one product, you need to
Rox, I'm having troubles hearing you. Like, I can't hear you. I don't know
Neither
about.
I.
But for our LC, it's sub-week. Then second discipline of execution is act on the lead measures. So we have
Roxy, I think I don't hear you.
the
Yes,
discipline number
Roxa,
3.
like
I'm
Roxy?
Roxa,
Rox,
your signal is like cutting you speaking. We can't hear you.
Yes, we
okay.
lose the first from the first discipline, I think.
okay.
And now she's gone. Amazing.
She went. Okay. No. We wait. Maybe she's trying to going back. Okay.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So you heard just about
No.
No, we can't hear you.
first discipline of execution, right?
Roxa, like again, we couldn't hear you.
What is this?
Ah, now we can see you.
Now?
Now we can see you and we can hear you. But before it was cutting.
Okay. In case, let me know. You can maybe also write me in case in the group. Okay. Right now is good, right?
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. Okay, so I'm going to come back to my amazing PPT. Uh, Okay. Do you hear me now?
Yes.
Amazing. Okay, so what I was telling about first discipline of execution, focus on really important goal. So mainly I was telling that we have week, which is one important goal, and it can be also sub-week. So in your LC, in general, you have, if you run more than one product, you call week for oGV, week for IGV, it's sub-week. So it's still for your area, it's still really important goal, but you divide this because we are having like different products and totally different strategies. So we have week and sub-week if it's for the product specifically. Then second discipline execution, act on the lead measures. I'm going to explain you a bit more like right now about lead and lag measures, what is the difference, but the point is that we need to focus on the lead measures, the ones that we can measure and the ones that we can influence on daily or weekly basis. Something that depends on our efforts, something that depends on our activities, our personal activities, not something that we can we can just expect to happen because we do something different. So the point is that we need to focus on what we can influence. Third is keep a compelling score. Keep a compelling scoreboard. So mainly that we need to all the time like have this routine that we are keeping the scoreboard of our results. All the time we need to understand where we are, what is our product funnel, how many approvals, accepted applicants, signups. So when it comes to the plan achievement, okay, where is the main bottleneck? And then create. So we have the scoreboard, and the fourth discipline of execution is the cadency of accountability. So we understand on every week where we are when it comes to the plan achievement, which measure the one that we have the most issue with. I don't know, we are not having enough of applicants. We have a lot of sign-ups, but we are not converting them. Okay, what is our action plan in order to improve this during this week? Okay, we have 2 deliverables to make it happen. Then in the next week, we review. Okay, we have done this. Did we improve our conversion? Okay, what is the bottleneck right now? What is going good, what is going well? So mainly creating the currency of accountability, that everyone's accountable for the actions. So here I'm going just to go a bit more in details. So mainly focus on the really important goal, how to set a goal. This you already have done. It's numerical, has the starting and ending point. So from 200 to 300 approvals, let's say. So mainly, I don't know, last year you had 10 approvals, now you want to reach 70. So from 10 to 70 approvals, and it also has a date by which you have to achieve. So it doesn't mean that like you need to put in the really important goal all these things like from 200 to 350 approvals by 31st of July 2018, because anyway in ISEC we are having clearly defined the semester and we define the goal for the year. So mainly we already have this specific time for when do we define the goal. And we also, before defining the goal, of course we need to understand where we are right now. So what was the goal of last year, what was the achievement of last year, and where do we want to move during this year or during this semester. So that's how we put the really important goal. Simple, this we have done already on playing. Then act on lead measures. So mainly we need to understand the difference of lead and lag measures. So if we have the rock, which is lag measure, and this is something predictive, but the point is that we cannot move this rock itself. So mainly what do we need to do? We need to focus on how we can work on daily basis on our lead measures. So then it can be influenceable. So mainly we need to understand what are the lead measures that can predict to move our lag measure, and they are influenceable. So mainly, like I will give you right now the external example, and then I will give you the ISEC example. So mainly, like the simple example of lead and lag measures. If you want to lose the weight, so what do you do? Like your lag measure is to lose 10 kilos, right? And then you need to focus, like as the discipline of execution, you need to focus on lead measures, something that you can influence and predict, something that you can measure on daily basis. Because if you want to lose 10 kilos and on daily basis, okay, every day I will lose half kilo, and what? You cannot influence this and you cannot predict this, right? But you need to understand what are the lead measures that you can predict and you can influence. So something that is you can influence, that every day you are going to eat this amount of calories. Every day you are going to run 10 kilometers. This is the lead measure, something that depends on your actions, and that's something that at the end will move the lag measure. So this is the thing. If you have any questions on the way, just let me know. So the point is of the second discipline of execution is to make sure that we focus on our lead measures, not on the lag measures. We are not just thinking, okay, our applicants are not coming. Okay, so let's achieve next week. We need next week 50 applicants. We need 50 applicants. No, we need to understand what are the lead measures in order to reach these 50 applicants, the ones that we need to focus our action on. So mainly here is this ISEC example. So we have lag measures, which is, let's say we need 150 signups, we need 20 applicants, 19 accepted, 18 approvals. These are the lag measures. And the lead measures for each of them, like this is just an example of what it can be. It doesn't mean that we need to put everything, but this is examples. It's depending a lot on our realities. So for signups, number of push outs, number of sales points, number of events, number of Facebook sharings, number of online investments, number of UR activities, whatever. This is the lead measures for the lag measure of signups. For applicants, percentage of contacted EPs in 24 hours. This is the most influenceable lead measure and something that we can leverage a lot the number of applicants taking, like, and mainly the conversion from sign up to applicant. Lead measure calling manias, conversion events, lead nurturing mails. What else can be like other converting activities? Then for leveraging the number of applicants, it can be, we need to understand what is the problem, like maybe it's synergy touch points, marketing oGV, etc. Then for accepted, what are the lead measures? Something that we can influence. We cannot just expect, okay, for example, I will give you example, how are we right now? Okay, right now we are having bad conversion. We are not getting enough, let's say, of accepted from the applicants that we are having. We need to understand where is the problem and what is the lead measure that we could, that we can influence. A lead measure that we need to act upon. Is it about applicants in entity partners? Because maybe those applicants are not in entity partners. Even maybe we don't have entity partners, so LC to LC chats, lead measure, something that we can influence. If the main issue that we are not maintaining, we are not working with the YAR, if it's a percentage of applicants in LC to LC, if it's application per applicant, so maybe our applicants just applying for 10, 15 opportunities, and maybe they are not, they are just waiting so long that we are not being able to convert them to accept it. So this is the thing. And number of approvals, the lead measures, percentage of accepted in entity partners, number of LC to LC chats, percentage of in LC to LC. Also here is the process time can be like, it's really depending, but something that we can influence to get those approvals. Process time, I don't know, if the problem is that we are not signing the contract fast, number of EPs signing the contract in 24 hours and having the payment in 24 hours, number of EPs that are following the converting procedure, etc., etc. So mainly every lag measure has a lead measures. Like it can have a lot of lead measures, but for us it's important to understand what are the lead measures that we need to act upon in order to move our lag measure. Okay. Okay, have to achieve your, okay, so in general, have to achieve by acting on your lead measures. Now to achieve your week, you just have to do more cash outs, invest more online, do more conversion events, contact everyone. So this is this is just an example, but in general, we need to not just expect that signups will come, applicants will come. You need to understand how, what are the lead measures, and like how often, how frequently, and in how big volume we need to focus on maintaining these lead measures in order to at the end reach our widely important goal. Yes. And then the third discipline of execution, keep a compelling scoreboard. So have to be compelling. It has to be everywhere. So here is just an example, like we have in our MC chat, we have the scoreboard for a number of approvals. Also, like in our commission oGV Bomba, we have also scoreboard in our chat. With you, we are going to have from February the scoreboard in our chat, like what is our goal of approvals per month and where we are. So everyone will be updating. Then you can also have the same with your team. You can have, like, for sure you are going to have the same inside of your LC. Then you also understand how you can embed it in your tracking tool, that it should be everywhere. Everywhere, I don't know, in the office, right? Everywhere where you are, how far you are from achieving of your goal. Also, like this is also an example that we also have national tracking, how it's called, national network tracker, where we also have like all the LCs, all the results, plan achievement, applicants accepted, approvals, something that we update on constant base. We know where we are, we know where is our main bottleneck, what is the measure that we need to focus on. Also, everywhere is our is that we are doing on weekly basis all the time. Also, I'm sending you in newsletters. We are having the scoreboard of all the funnel in our product, signups, applicants accepted, approvals, realized, completed. then it has to push people to win the game. Also, you need to understand what is pushing people to win the game. Like, example for us, it's core, because on core you see the rankings of other entities. So we need to win the game. We need to win the game with other entity that is usually doing less than us, but in this month they are doing more than us. So mainly I'm also going to post from the beginning of our time, I'm going to post for you also the ranking where we are comparatively to other countries, because like where we are in Europe ranking, global ranking, like in Europe ranking, we are top 3, like, but we can be top 2 because like there is Turkey, then there is Germany, then we are, but some months we were like moving down. So like our scoreboard also need to push people to win the game. The same for your LCs. You need to you can push like this, you can push your members like this, compiling scoreboard by members, each member how many approvals is doing, or how many scoreboard, how many people do they contact in 24 hours, how many applicants do they get. So the scoreboard needs to be everywhere. You need to understand how you embed it also in your daily basis, and it has to show lead and lag measures. So we don't just put approvals, but we also look at applicants. We look at accepted. Then, as I told you, for you, you can also look like the contribution per each member. So mainly you have there not just on the scoreboard, not just lead lag measure, but also lead measures. And then create a cadency of accountability. So mainly in this, you need to have weekly meetings, of course, with your team leaders with members. Then you need to have with your area meetings at least once per month. Uh, you need to follow account review plan structure. So you need to understand where we are, what is accounting, where we are when it comes to the plan achievement in all the measures, lead lag measures, what we had to be, what we had to do during this week, what we have done, what we didn't do, what is the state of our strategy implementation, and what should be the plan for the next week. So mainly account, review scoreboard, and plan. We account what we have done, where we are, we review the scoreboard, and we plan what we need to focus on during this week to ensure that we are on track with our plan achievement. Okay, how to create accountability. So mainly everyone says what is done and what is not done of these deliverables. I told you, check collectively the results achieved, plan together what to do next week. So mainly like with your team, with your area, like also your team leaders with your team, they need to understand what was done, what was not done, what are the results achieved collectively and also one by one, and what is the plan for the next week. Like everyone just needs to be super, super clear. It's super simple, but it's all about clarity and being able to focus on the important measures. Okay. Anyone has any questions so far?
Yes. I have a question. Because I already do the check this of lead and lag. I have done a part, not everything, but I wanted to know if it's right. I will tell you some examples, so that way I can understand if. For example, the first one I put that I have to do. I don't know if it's right. At least 150 sign-ups. And then I put that.
One second, I
I don't
cannot
know
hear you.
if this
I'm sorry,
I have to put
sorry.
it here.
If you can, if you can just repeat, because I couldn't hear you.
I can also share the screen so you see it's easier. Okay. Okay. Wait, no, I put 100. Okay.
Mhm.
So I have this, but I don't know if this right because I saw your examples and are like shorter and precise. So I am precise here, but I don't know if this is the place where I have to put it. Like I put here to have an 80 first of all in partners, I have to
Mhm.
adequate the opportunities for our customer. So focus on the partners that offer this type of opportunities, and then like doing marketing for the partners opportunities.
Mhm.
So
Mhm.
I don't know if this is too specific or no.
Okay, okay. No, no, no. It's good. I can let me explain you. Have to do this on example, have to define it, and in general,
I
like
don't.
you can just write to me in personal. But what is the plan? That right now you need to have the draft. So if you have your draft. Right now, also after this chat, you understand like if you are done in the proper way, and then on Planco when we have the planning day, I'm also going like where you will be planning. So the system will be working like this. You will be coming to me. You will be checking with me.
No,
I will ask
I
you some
didn't
questions.
listen to you. I can hear you. So you say everything. I can hear you. You hear
Uh,
me,
do you
Roxy?
do you do you hear me?
Roxy, Roxy.
Yes, yes, yes. Do you hear me? Uh, can you hear me or no?
Roxy, I mean, I hear you, but maybe she doesn't. Just so.
Okay.
Okay.
Do you hear me right now?
Yeah, I mean, I hear you. I heard you.
Okay, okay, good, 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 good.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, it's recording, so I will just tell the thing that mainly on Vinco, I'm going to do the same as in Samco. So mainly in the planning day, like everyone will come to me, we make sure that we are sure about your battles, your little lag measures. I will just go right now, like to explaining a bit more into example, how like where to start from and understand like if it's not too specific. Okay, so then we finish on time because there is just small part left. Okay, you see my screen, right?
Yes.
Cool. Uh, okay, so mainly. Here is this tool, as everyone knows. So mainly here you need to put your sub-week, your lag, and lead measures. So mainly we didn't put their battles because we like sometimes people are coming out with like I don't know, with some random names or some random battles. But in general, it doesn't work like this. For the X planning, for the execution, doesn't work like this. So that's why we put just to the lead lag and lead measures. So mainly it's pretty the same. It's just like making sure that we focus more on the product funnel and what are the main bottlenecks in our product and where do we need to focus on. So mainly here we have like sub-week oGV, and then we have lag and lead measures, lag and lead measures, lag and lead measures, and then we just
Roxy,
define what are.
Roxy, I don't know if you see, but I went out of the conversation, so I didn't hear anything because it didn't work. I don't know,
Yes,
hangout.
yes, 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 yes.
Okay.
Yes, I just told it. I will explain right now. I will
Okay.
explain you more on example. That's what you showed me, and then you can like for your like I mean for your example, you can write me already in private. I will help you, but also during Vinco, during the planning day,
Okay.
like you arrive to Vinco with the draft,
Okay.
and then on Vinco we make sure like in the planning day I'm going to talk to like you will come to me like to make sure that it's right. So but the point is that you need to have the whole draft. So now I will explain a bit maybe you will have like better perspective. Okay, so mainly these are, I was just saying, yes, that we are having the lag and lead measures. These, like, the optimum is to have 3, to not overcomplicate. So mainly here is the example, Isaac Cimiano. Cimiano, who doesn't know, it's the place where we live in Milano. Okay, so mainly, let's say we want to achieve 15,000 approvals oGV. We need to have, so what are these lag measures? It doesn't mean that we need to put in lag measures anything randomly. But I will just explain later, but now this is the example that 10,000 signups. What do we need to do for 10,000 signups? What are the most important lead measures that we need to focus on? Flash outs for GV, university activities for GV, a number of investments for GV. This is something that we will be like focusing on, something that we can influence, and something that we can count on like daily, weekly basis. 85% of approvals into entity partners. Number of applicants in entity partners, LC to LC chats. And process time, applicant to approval in 3 days. What are the lead measures? Like, we cannot influence the process time, but we know that process time is one of our main bottlenecks right now. Is percentage of contacted in 24 hours, calling manias, conversion events. So mainly this is something that we can influence and we can work on directly in order to achieve that 3 days process time. Here I will tell you, so how to understand what buttons, lag and leads should I focus on, because like it can be whatever there, right? It can be a lot of lag measures, a lot of lead measures. We are not sure if we put this right or not. So the first step, analyze your current product funnel. So mainly sit, if you still didn't do this, sit, understand, like in this semester, all your conversions or your process time, your approvals to entity partners, national IR partners, your approvals to LC to LC partnerships. Also understand also marketing measures, all the marketing measures of the activities, online, physical, and everything, so that you do this together. Make sure that you have this analysis. Of course, you had to do this much before, but in general, go again, check the analysis, all the product funnel, then define the main bottlenecks. Okay, so it doesn't mean that if we are going to focus on everything, if we improve everything, we are going to reach amazing results. No, we need to understand what are the main bottlenecks, what are the main problems that are not getting us into achieving our goal or into reaching more of approvals. So mainly it can be what are the main bottlenecks? I don't know. Usually it's, you can put attention on conversion or process time. So this is where you can start. You can check what is the worst conversion that you have compared to national one. Yes, always compare to national one, so you will understand like if it's just your perspective or you take into consideration some data. So that you check the conversions, you check the process time. Like you understand where is the main bottleneck, right? So let's say, I don't know, let's say it's applicant to approval, I don't know, even more specific, applicant to accepted conversion is super bad. And then let's say process time, your main bottleneck. And the third bottleneck is that we are not reaching enough of signups. Then define the problem of your bottlenecks as much in details. So here, like when I was telling that there can be a lot of lag measures, a lot of lead measures, you need to understand more in details what is the problem of your problem and problem of your problem. So let's say an example, as I told you, applicant to accepted conversion is super bad. Okay, why is it bad? Let's check our process time from applicant to accepted. Okay, it's, I don't know, 4 days. It's too much. Let's check our applications to IR partners, national IR partners. to LC partners, okay, it's totally random. Then let's check our what else? Let's check number of applications per applicant. So let's say we are having 10 applicants and I don't know 100 applications. Okay, so you need to understand what are the problems of your problems, and then again, what are the problems of your problems of your problems. So mainly, okay, so why don't we have EPs that are applying to IR partners? Okay, so this you can ask your more of your predecessor. Why we have so long process time? It's because we are not making EPs apply to IR, or it's because we are not contacting on time IGV site. You know, like going deeper and deeper and understanding at the end. If you go deeper and deeper in the problems, you understand what are these key issues that you can put into the lag and lead measures. So then you understand what are your key issues of lag measures, like process time and conversion rate and applicant to IR. And then you don't just put all the possible lead measures, but lead measures that are actually the problems. So like if to understand like by simple words, that are actually the problems, that you are not having enough of applicants because you're not contacting in 24 hours. No, so this will be your lead measures, because you know, if you focus on this bottleneck, if you focus on this lead measure, you are going to leverage your lag measure. So define what to focus on to eliminate your main issues. So mainly, I mean, I just explained like how do I envision this in my head, and how do I always work on this. So where is the problem? What is the problem of this problem? Why is it happening? And you know, like more deep you go into the problem, you understand what are these key issues that you need to focus on, and you put them into your plan as lag and lead measures, something like that you cannot influence, and lead measures something that you can influence. Okay. Yes, so any questions here? Amazing. No? There is some question?
No. Fine.
Okay, so what do you need to do? You need to make sure that on Winco you arrive with all your draft of lead and lag measures. Distribution should be done, monthly distribution of goals should be done, then all the conversions should be done, and all the lead and lag measures should be planned. But like, don't don't overcomplicate. Like just the main problems and how we're going to tackle. And then on Planco, we are going to we are going to sit just fast with everyone, and we will understand. I will just ask you some questions, and we will understand if it's right. We will make sure. So don't worry, but you need to arrive with all this ready. Because then on Planco will be more things, which is tactical plan. So mainly this is just for you to understand what is this stuff about. So mainly there is tactical plan OGX for Winco. So mainly on Winco, we are going to downscale you how we will run the national campaigns, how will you adapt your local campaigns. So mainly that we are going to focus on waves with better focus in the specific, like in February, we are going to focus more on signups than on applicants and approvals. And we are going exactly like to focus in like second, third week in February, we're going to focus on number, like intensity of all the marketing activities. Then we still keep marketing activities, but then last week of February, first week of March, we focus on applicants on national converting events. So mainly then we convert all the people that we got into the funnel, we convert them to applicants. And then we have in the middle of the March, we have the big approval peak when it will be Euro Expo. And then we have second wave and third wave. So mainly we are going to explain everything behind how it's going to be run. So then you will be just understanding how to plan, how to have the tactical plan by weeks. Because we want to have like our campaigns more focused to get at the end better results. Yes, just for you also to understand, just to have the overview, we are going to downscale the campaigns, but yes, make sure that you are going to, you are having right now everything prepared till Vinco, that you are having, first of all, your local customer personas done. Tomorrow deadline, remember there are some LCs that are already uploaded their local customer personas, like for the people that been just elected and you have no idea what I'm talking about, just write to me. Yes, for all others, deadline in general, deadline tomorrow to upload your local customer personas. Super simple, explaining what I was explaining this in 2 newsletters. Then LC to LC partnerships. So make sure that you establish your LC to LC partnerships also in the tool, put in the tool that I'm posting in newsletter, where what are the LC to LC partnerships that you are already established or planning to establish till the end of this month. So the ones that you are working on, like don't be afraid, just put there and I can support you better. So these 2 things like you need to have finalized, because then on Vinco we will plan all the campaigns that we will need to execute from February. So we'll make sure that from February on we are working on our highest speed, everything done, and we are working on intensity of activities, and we start running our campaigns. Yes. Any questions?
I have one. This template, where we can find it, because I have just the backward plan, but I don't have this.
Okay, you mean this?
Yeah.
Okay. See, this is written in scope for Vinco, so mainly it's in the same tool for backward planning. We
No,
just
it's
added.
not. No, it's, I'm searching it, but it.
Okay. Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry for the mess.
I will explain it right now. Yes, you like if you have copied your local tool, you don't have it there, because we just created this, because on MC Replanning we just created the campaigns. So mainly this is just in the template. So that's why it's written here in scope for Vinco. So mainly on Vinco we are going to plan these campaigns. Okay. So this I just show you the what are the next steps to make also sure that you are prepared and you are done with everything that needs to be done so far. So also this thing we are going to downscale, yes, because like all this market analysis, all the IR analysis, establishing LC to LC, local customer personas, all this planning, like it was done, because now we are going to plan on Vinco the campaigns, and that's it. Then we're going to execute. So for you also to just understand that in order also to plan the campaigns, you need to have like all the planning done and all the things that we had to have done before. Yes, so many days. Here just a reminder of your oGV consultants allocation. Just explain you like, yes. So mainly, yes, I invited all the consultants for the chat, but we established this later. So mainly just in this preparation months, it's like that. But from February, we're going to work like with the best routine possible, and we are going to be all on all the chats, of course. So mainly, we just explain you what will be the routine from February. So mainly, you need to understand that I'm MCVP. You can write me anytime for anything, but you also are going to have your consultant that will be able to focus more on your local realities, because of course I cannot understand deeply 25 local realities, right? So mainly that's why you have the consultants that are helping me. We are going to have the weekly meetings where we will be able, I will also understand like what is happening in each of the LCs. Of course, I'm going to talk to you and everything, but they will be just really deeply understanding on the daily basis what is happening with your operations. So mainly you will have the monthly consultancies, one-to-ones with them, weekly consultancies. You will have also group chats So like with the LCs that are under one consultant, you are going to have also per month group chats. So these are the LCs with pretty similar realities, where you will be able to discuss together what are your common problems, what are the common solutions, and then we will be together also on monthly chats. But mainly you can, I hope you already in touch with all your consultants, so make sure that you get to know them as much as possible, because these are the people that you need to trust a lot. So build the trust, because they are the ones that are going to support you. Like they are the best for this semester, because like all of them are having really great background. Yes, me, of course. No, I'm kidding. Yes, Ale was VP oGV Bologna. She was already my consultant. Chiara was VP oGV Venezia, then LCP Venezia. Then Arthur was VP oGV in Brazil, in one of the really growing LC. And Ipo was my also VP oGV, and also LCP in Warsaw in Poland. They also grew a lot and won awards in oGV this year. Yeah. Yes, so mainly you are really having good people with good profiles, but make sure that you give them as much perspective on your realities, so that they will be able to understand and support you as much as possible. So this is it. And yes, OG Vikings time. Right now, maybe I will just close the live streaming. I will be back. We are just few people left. So, okay, I will stop broadcasting.